What up, YouTube? It's been a minute, man. I haven't posted or anything in about 2-3 years. I let go of the Civic, had to get rid of that thing. Tired of dealing with the Honda problems. Kind of got out of the Honda game. A lot of the builds and stuff that we do at our shop is V8 domestics. We really don't do a lot of import stuff unless it's, you know, clutches, bolt-ons, but coming to the race cars and all that extra stuff that we do and you guys will get to see through this journey. As you can see behind me, we got a lot of vehicles out here. These are most of our everyday driver appointments and stuff like that. Cars coming in for transmission jobs, engines, you know, we do it all from oil changes to full out builds, and that's stuff that you'll see. Subscribe to the channel, check it out. Won't disappoint you guys, I promise. Nothing but street racing, track racing, car builds. I mean, everything that a car person will want to see, I'm gonna bring it to you guys. This is you walking up, you can see we got 7 bays, gray and black. You already see we got a Camaro in there, another Camaro. Yeah, we got cars lined up and down the street, and you'll see in all the videos these things consistently go. That is my curtain daily now. 6.2 CTSV with a stage 4 cam. I got rid of my Camaro and got rid of my Honda that I had. But yeah, those 2 cars are the neighbors over here, but the rest of them is all us. Just finished up a couple of things on this G8. Let y'all check this out. Just a simple heads cam. It already came in done. We just had to fix a couple of issues for the customer, but show y'all what it sounds like. Just a little cam and whatnot, you feel me? A lot of content to come. Y'all subscribe, stay tuned. Here's another build we're finishing up on. We put a Thompson Motorsports 427. It's got stock heads. It's got a Whipple. Car made a little over 700. So he wanted a little more. So we maxed out the blower, put a 275 upper, 8.55 lower. But we did the motor install, catch can. When he bought the car, it already had the Whipple on it. But it just had way bigger pulleys and stuff. So we pulleyed it down, did a methanol kit, fuel system. I mean, this thing with the blower set up on E85 and the Alky control, everything, it should make right about 1,000 on E. That's what we're shooting for. It's got long tube headers, everything like that. But this is one build that we finished up on. You guys will see some videos and whatnot of it on the street. Dyno, you know, things like that. So stay tuned. We could take a step in death row. I know it's kind of dark out here, y'all. I apologize for that, but hopefully my flash does its justice. This is a 65 Rambler Ambassador. My uncle passed it down to us. Clean inside and out. Just getting it all dialed in so we can get it ready, take it to some car shows and stuff like that. It's been in the family forever, so definitely want to take good care of it. It actually is a Wisconsin car. It's got fresh drop top. I mean, everything is fresh in this thing. It's a little dusty and whatnot, but you know, it's fresh. This is that twin turbo truck I was telling you guys about that needs the engine that's inside on the engine stand. It's got to develop the rod knock. I mean, it still starts up and runs. As it warms up, you can hear the spun rod bearing start to make noise. So before it does any other damage to any other of the internals, just don't want to run it or anything. The motor got dropped off. It's a 408, so we're gonna swap that out. This thing should make 600-700 horsepower. I'd say like 700 with these turbos. This is that badass truck I was telling you guys about. It's on some badass Bogart bead locks. It's got some 20-inch Bogart fronts with the wheelwood brakes. We pulled the engine and transmission out of this thing. We were gonna do the turbo swap on it. It was a nitrous truck before, but as you can see, the piston's missing half of the skirt. So yeah, that's no bueno. Good thing we caught that because it wouldn't have ran long. But when we pulled the oil pan down to get the longs welded, we noticed all the metal, and then you could see the rings and all. Got a CTS-V here, messed up a piston. We've been waiting on the motor probably for about 3 or 4 months, so it's kind of just been sitting here waiting on the builder. It's been hard to get parts. I believe, yeah, they actually re-sleeved the block, so it took some time to get all the parts, get it re-sleeved, get everything done. Now the motor's in process of being built, so once it's all back together, we'll be able to throw the motor back in this one. Earlier this week, I pulled the motor out of this ProCharge C7. I'm not sure what was wrong with it. The customer started tearing it apart himself and then shipped it out to us to remove the motor and put it back together. The motor got shipped off to be built by another machine shop. So once we get that motor back from them, we'll be able to throw it back together, get it back running. But it is just like a D1C ProCharger, nothing crazy. I believe Cortez Performance did the original build on it. It's got meth injection, looks like it's got a fuel system, things like that, maybe a booster pump or something on it. I'm not sure of all the details, but all I'm doing is removing. Watch, I already removed the engine, as you can see. Pulled the motor, pushing around back, waiting for the motor to come back. Here's a Camaro, like one I used to own, but very, very clean. We did an LS swap on this thing a while ago. We actually ordered some suspension parts for this thing to do coilovers and everything, because he's got a nice set of Forgiatos to throw on here. Definitely, he went with all chrome accessories. It's a little dusty right now. It's been sitting for a while. I actually ordered suspension last year for this thing, and most of it came in. We've got QA1 coilovers, sway bars, control arms, front coilovers, all the suspension shit that we need to make this thing sit the way that we want it. But there was a few parts that were on back order, and they were being made as we were calling the companies, things like that. But they finally got everything shipped out to us. So before I head out, I just want to show you guys, give you guys a little inside view of the shop. Stuff has died down for the day. It's actually nighttime. You can't really see outside right there, but yeah, it's a little messy in here. I mean, we're always busy. It's 4 of us in here typically. Sometimes I have my brother Donald come. You'll meet the whole crew and stuff throughout the video, start to get to know everybody. But just want to show you a couple of the cars we have in here, kind of what we got going on with them. You know, our shop cars, stuff like that. One of our shop cars is actually at the chassis shop. But yeah, I did on this BMW, I think it's a 2013 X5. I did a transmission, turbo install, oil pan gasket. So anybody who works on BMWs, you know what it entails to do that type of job. You got to drop the whole subframe to do the oil pan and the turbo. All that has to come down. The front diff has to come off, you know, all the extras. This is one of our shop cars here. It's a 98 Camaro. You'll see my brother on Street Outlaws in it. It's a complete street car, diamond stitched interior. It's got the Holley 12-inch dash, AC subs in the rear, no cage or nothing, strictly a street car. Goes in all the street car classes at the track. So it's a 6.2 big turbo. You see right in the front bumper of the shop. You'll see this on our shop page and stuff. You might see it if you watch YouTube videos, see Cash Days. You'll notice the orange Camaro with the weld setup. But yeah, it's a simple setup. Like I said, it's a street car. Drive it every day if you wanted to. It's got a turbo 400. Very reliable, very consistent. Pretty maxed out on power for the setup, and just for safety reasons, there's no cage. You know, it's still got factory seat belts and stuff like that in it. So you know, there's some things that we need to upgrade, but the whole idea of this car was just to keep it as a street car. This car was on Street Outlaws season 1, episode 5 of Gone Girl. Just tune in to Discovery Channel. You could see us on there, my brother Eric, and then me, myself. You'll see a couple of the guys in the background that you'll see in these videos. This Camaro job my brother took on was recently bought by a friend of ours. Was having an issue where the rods were hitting the oil pan. This is a small block setup, so it's a conventional motor setup. Big turbo. Came in, my brother added some weights to the rear because they're getting ready for that no prep event. And then he added some weights to the rear end, as you can see there, each side. So you're able to take the weights off and adjust what weight you want, but we're gonna go test it, see what it does. This car Runs on C16, no radiator, no alternator, nothing. Battery charger, that's about it. It is a conventional small block. Here, let me pop the hood for you guys so you guys can see the goodness under here. But as you can see, it is a small block. It's air to water. Turbo's down here in the front. It's got a lot of work done to it. I mean, there's a lot of cleaning up and stuff we need to do, but it definitely is a good build for what he has it for. You could see the water to air box in there, fully caged, switch panel, everything like that on the roll cage. Turbo's right up here in the front. And then we got simple jobs like this. It's a 85 SS El Camino. My brother is finishing up a LS swap on this thing. I believe it's just a 5.3 with a camshaft, 4L60 transmission. Guy didn't want too much. He just wanted an LS, something a little different than the setup that he had with the carburetor and everything.